Hello, this is the fourth in a series of short videos spotlighting treasures from the rare book collection of the University of Mary Washington. Today, we look at a first edition of White Slave, or Memoirs of a Fugitive, a long-forgotten pro-abolitionist novel by the U.S. historian and journalist Richard Hildreth. Born in Massachusetts in 1807, Richard Hildreth lived through the end of the U.S. Civil War in 1865. White Slave is an expanded edition of Hildreth's 1836 book, The Slave, or Memoirs of Archie Moore. The revised title refers to the one-drop racial classification that makes his protagonist into a slave on a Virginia plantation. The title is also a provocative statement about how intergenerational slave ownership tethers the nation to a system inimical to its founding principles. Hildreth presumes to write a first-person memoir as Archie Moore, an enslaved man born of mixed parentage. Hildreth merges sensationalism, sentimentalism, and social conscience. He models his work upon slave narratives by Olaudah Equiano, Mary Prince, and others. Classic themes from such accounts dominate the first part of the book: the separation of families, public auctions, runaway slaves, dog-led search parties, lynching, miscegenation, and the cruelty of poor white overseers. Archie escapes to New England, joins up with British pirates, and becomes a circumnavigating sailor. The editions made for the 1852 version dramatize the politics of abolition and the polarized state of the Republic in the years leading up to the Civil War. Archie travels to the South 20 years later while passing for white. Archie rescues his family from a New Orleans plantation and later escapes to England. The first edition of a book marks the work's original appearance in history, the first time the volume makes an impact on the world. This copy of White Slave is a single-volume deluxe edition of a two-volume work published in 1836 in Boston. This 1852 version includes new material that makes it unique. The last fourth of the book provides a sequel to the story. 8 book plates depicting scenes from the novel are exclusive to this edition. This definitive 408-page book appeared simultaneously in Boston and Milwaukee through Whitmore and affiliated publishers. Notice that no separate author credit appears on the title page. While our copy of White Slave is in a later burgundy binding, comparison with an unrestored copy uncovers a gilded image on a blue cloth spine. It provides an ID point for the book. So what makes this first edition of Hildreth's expanded book different from a digital version available on the web? I provide 2 answers to this question today. This printed book is a living and breathing document of the antebellum United States. We might observe that in an act of authorial passing, Hildreth ventriloquizes for his protagonist, Archie Moore. Nonetheless, the original 1836 edition appeared decades before quintessential U.S. slave narratives, including those by Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacobs. It is the first U.S. anti-slavery novel and a possible model for one of the most popular works of the 19th century, Uncle Tom's Cabin. First published in installments in 1851, Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel tells the tragic tale of an enslaved protagonist while appealing to the Christian compassion of the readers. No book can equal Uncle Tom's Cabin for historical impact. Yet White Slave does not utilize racial stereotypes of docility. It mostly leaves out religion, both for and against slavery. In ways that predict African American fiction, Hildreth is critical of the U.S. South and North for their complicity with slavery. The 1836 edition includes a character named Thomas, who changes from dutiful servant to avenging angel in one of the most violent and memorable scenes in the book. He becomes the quasi-mythical Wild Tom in the 1852 edition, seemingly in response to Stowe's meek Uncle Tom. Hildreth's White Slave is more militant in its call for freedom. The difference may help explain why the book never approached the success of Uncle Tom's Cabin, although White Slave appeared in a half-dozen editions with title variations in the 1800s, including a translation into Portuguese in 1854. The book remains out of print today. Book plates are full-page illustrations printed separately from the book before the binding process. They help bring words to life through pictures. White Slave includes 8 black and white images depicting pivotal scenes from the novel. They render moments of sorrow, cruelty, betrayal, and violence. During the 1850s, slavery in the United States challenged the power of words to depict the full scale of atrocities. Alongside Hildreth's heightened language, the visuals create a fuller, imaginative record. This and other treasures are available in the rare books holdings of the University of Mary Washington. If you are interested in visiting the collection as a class or for research, you may reach out to Special Collections at the contact information below. The collections are open to students and faculty via walk-in hours and by appointment. The mission of the Rare Books Division is to help the Mary Washington community find the right combination of materials to enhance the learning experience through classroom visits, instruction, and consultation.